BigH Trucking. It's a beautiful morning here in Nebraska. 80 East. What are you guys doing? You sleeping? Or you riding? It all depends on what time you finish your day, right? Anyway, got a little bit of a situation. I gotta get to, wait, let me back up. This load was ready anytime from the 7th of February till 0600 yesterday morning. So I got a pre-plan yesterday afternoon to pick up this load. Don't worry about it. It's a drop and hook on both ends. Well, the 90, they want to stare in Pennsylvania on the 11th at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is 2 days from now. I ain't running a team truck. It's not going to happen. I can't do 1,500, basically 1,600 in 2 days. Doesn't make sense mathematically. And it's a drop and hook on that end too, so I'm sure they'll work it out. But I got another dilemma. As of this morning when I picked up the load, I had 12 total hours on my 70 clock. And here's the problem with running back-to-back-to-back long loads. First load I had was 890 miles. Second load I had was 930 miles. And this is 1,500. And they all had time constraints. So basically, I had no choice but to run as hard as I could. This killed my clock. So I'm finally getting time back tonight, but it's not a lot of time. It's only 6 hours and 37 minutes. As I move forward in the days, I'll get more and more time back. So I don't know if they're going to repower this load or they're going to let me run it in. And it gets there when it gets there, like most likely like Saturday morning. Because I can't leave tonight after doing a 10-hour and just getting up and going. I only have 2 hours. I'll only have 2 hours left on my 70-hour clock until midnight Central Time when I get back to 6 hours and 37 minutes. So I have to lay and wait and see what happens. But again, it's a drop and hook on that end. It's going to the same company I picked it up from. I'll just say Meat Company without mentioning any names. And you guys at Prime, you figure it out. So, I mean, it's paying really good. But this is, I guess the point of the video is how important it is to manage your clock. And the reason why I like short runs as opposed to these back-to-back-to-back long runs. They're nice, but less work, but your clock gets decimated. So typically I prefer the 300 mile to 600 mile, high 500 miles. It's a lot easier to manage your clock, and I think financially it's just as lucrative. You may not be getting paid as much, but in the grand scheme of things, you are. You're able to make more mean, I can get there because after tonight it starts going up in time. I get 7:30 back tomorrow night, and then it goes to 9 in like 10 hours. So I'm not worried about sitting back and having to take a 34. It all depends on whether or not the customer is willing to wait a few more days. Now, I don't understand what's going on with sales that they had to schedule since the 7th, and obviously nobody picked it up between the 7th and the time I got it, which was 3 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Time. So 4 o'clock in the morning in Central Time. So apparently, again, I don't see a dilemma as far as the customer is concerned. It's just they're not going to get it on the 11th at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're going to get it on the 13th. But you never know. A team may step up and take this load off my hands in Illinois or something, you know. Time will tell. We'll see what the day brings. But yeah, I've been running hard. I mean, 10 hours, I'm gone. Doing my pre-trip and I'm down the road. I've been doing that since Friday night. Started out in South Carolina and went to Minnesota. I went to Colorado. In Colorado, I'm going to, it's not, I'm in Nebraska now, but I picked this load up in Colorado, and I'm headed towards Pennsylvania. And that's BigH's story, and I'm sticking to it. So, if you've been following my videos, we're looking for a place down south. And I talked my girl off the ledge about buying that place. Needed too much work. She agrees. So I'm glad we're on the same page. So now we're going to work with this realtor that she connected with. And I've been asking for barren land or raw land. Found a beautiful pieces. Hopefully more to come by the time I get home. We can go see 3 or 4 or 5 different places. But one is wide open, woods to the side, 6.5 acres with a lake. That's going for $160. Another place that I really like. Again, it was. Most of the trees were cleared out, and this had lakefront property, and that was going for $145, and that was 5.3 acres. Both of them were off a main road. I don't know whether or not I'm going to have to pipe in water, and whether it's a well or not, I don't know. And obviously bring electricity. But that's what I really want to do. This way I start with a fresh palette. And my intentions is to do it over the course of a few years, not an overnight thing. Because we both have a place to live. She's working up in New York and would love to do piece by piece by piece and build a home of our dreams. And I believe she's on board. So, and this lady has sentimental value. She's asking way too much. It just, honestly, and people do that. Listen, people have sentimental value. They think it's worth a lot more than what it really is. But in the grand scheme of things, maybe somebody will give her what she's offering. I don't know. I don't think so. But hey, you never know. And I wish her all the luck in the world. I did make an offer of $250 on it. But no way. I shot that down. So I again would rather start with a fresh palette, own my land, and do as I want with it. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. What a beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise. I've been up since 9 o'clock last night. I've not been getting a lot of sleep. A lot of tossing and turning. Got things on my mind, like the house. I thought my girl was going to go ahead and leave a deposit. So I'm glad that we discussed it as adults. After she got off the emotional high, she saw it from my side of the street. You know, she designs buildings for a living. She's a project manager. And I don't know what she was thinking, making an offer of $340. But it was close to everything. They are building up. They have 100 houses proposed 5 miles away and close to town, close to Atlanta, close to the airport. So there is some value there, but not at the price that this lady is looking to sell it for. No way. With that, I'll shut up. Let you guys ride along with me for a few more minutes. And y'all have a good day and be safe and make great decisions. And work your ass off. Hustle. There's money to be made out here, whether it's with Prime or another company. It's irrelevant. But personally speaking, I'm glad I chose Prime. I was watching a couple of videos, and there's a few people that are upset about Prime getting rid of the lease purchase program. I got news for you. Mostly every company out there has canceled the lease purchase program, and the reason is there's no trucks. So any company that's telling you you can do a lease purchase program, I think it's a ploy to get you to come to their facility and sign on the dotted line, and then you're obligated to work with them, for them. So don't believe the hype. There are no trucks. There are no trucks. And you can find a truck, you're paying 3 times what its value is. So just be patient, take a deep breath, and eventually everything will get back to normal. is this weight in motion, and they're going to want to verify. As you can see, open. So let's see what we get. Wow, bypassed. Cool. Awesome. Nope. Still calling me in. See? Listen to the pre-pass. Even though that sign said truck okay to bypass, you gotta go in. My pre-pass went off.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
So, when in doubt, go in. And I think, am I 100% sure? I think Nebraska's got the triple way out. They don't just give you the total, they give you the steers, the drives, and the tandems. So let's see what we get here. Let me shut my blinker off. Roll down your windows. Make sure you're wearing your seatbelt. I don't see the 3 readouts though. Let's see what we get. If I didn't have a pre-pass on there, I would have kept on going. But my pre-pass signaled me to come on in. Very good. You know what? That gives you a peace of mind when you go to your first. I don't know. Maybe I got a police car behind me. I don't know what's up. No, he's turning around. It gives you a peace of mind when you get to your first scale. Now, I'll be honest with you. I did weigh the truck, so I knew where it was, but. Video sakes, I didn't disclose that information. But anyway, even if you don't get a CAT scale and you go by your scales, like I know my drives are dialed in. About once a month, I go to the CAT scale with a load. It's over 30,000 pounds, and I dial in make sure my drive scales are on point. And believe it or not, Prime's scales for their trailers are not really that far off, within a few hundred pounds. I've never had anything like 4,000 pounds difference between the CAT scale and the scale on that. So I make sure, like this scale, I calibrated. It was off by about 1,000 pounds. Take a small screwdriver and you turn the screw. And that's where we're at. So anyway, it gives you a peace of mind. You hit your first weigh station. If you do it in one state, you're good in another state. And that's it. So, I got nothing else to say. Thank you for taking a ride with BigH Trucking. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like. And again, have a great day. Stay safe and make great decisions.